I round the aisle, hastily searching for the top they had on sale last week. I'd stuffed the last shirt under one of the shelves, hiding it for when my next paycheck came in. And today was the day. I found the spot and reached under the shelf, but the shirt wasn't there. Someone must have found it and put it back. Close to admitting defeat, I turned and began my exit, but then I saw it. An entire rack, freshly stocked with dozens of the same top. The pace of my walk increased, and I rummaged through the hangers for my size. No more mediums. I grabbed the small, sure I could fit it somehow. I took it into the dressing room and grabbed a key from the wall. I was so ecstatic seeing myself in the top. I'd been looking forward to this all week. As I moved around in front of the mirror, I smiled, happy that it fit so well. As I adored myself, I saw a very subtle movement from above the divider in the changing room. I glanced up, making eye contact with a man spying on me from the other side. His head quickly darted out of view as I spotted him. I got a terrible feeling in my stomach, fearful and unsure of what my next move should be. I froze, praying that I would hear the man leaving after being discovered, but I could tell he was still there. I hunched down, trying to see under the small gap below the dividers. His feet were on the other side. My heart began to race. He wasn't leaving, but he had to have seen me notice him. I pull out my phone and try calling for help. As I call 911, the dial tone rang out, filling the dead, quiet air in the tense atmosphere of the changing rooms with a single echoing beep from pressing the number 9. No sooner than when my teeth clamped down, horrified that he knew what I was doing, the stall busted open. The door came off its hinges, and it mashed me against the wall. There was a struggle, but in a matter of seconds, he had his hand over my mouth, and I couldn't escape. He held my head with his arm, and despite my attempts to break free, he was just too strong. Helpless, I begged him to leave me alone, but his crazed eyes showed no signs of letting me go. I reach around, feeling a small shard of the door that had broken off. He whispered, "You're mine now." The scent of his morning cigarette on his breath, it sent shivers down my spine. I took hold of the makeshift weapon, his hands now around my neck, closing off my windpipe. I felt my strength beginning to leave, my breath running short, but my heart still racing. I raised the weapon to the best possible angle of attack, making sure I had plenty of room to swing, and I stabbed him. His stare somehow went more blank than it had been before. I'd hit him right in the temple. His body went limp, and I gasped as the pressure released from my windpipe. I pushed his lifeless body into the rubble of the busted down door, and I ran out of the dressing rooms. My hip took the majority of the blow from the door coming down, but it healed after a few weeks. It's been years since the attack, and I look at people in public places very differently now, especially when I have to go into dressing rooms. If there's someone on the other side of the divider, I just can't help but to take a peek.